Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome to all of you to Civil Engineer channel. In last lecture we have discussed concrete technology and the standard codes, and now our topic is types of the loads which are considered whenever we design the building or any structure relating to civil engineering. We just consider these kinds of loads: dead load, live load, wind load, earthquake load, thermal load, imposed load, service load, factor load. Factor load is a kind of load which is finally we applied the safety factor to the dead load and live load. So let's discuss all of them one by one. First one is dead load. Such load which doesn't change its magnitude, like slab load and beam and its position. This kind of load is which is the self weight of any member of the building. Like slab is a member of the building, so its self weight or any permanent structure on it which is permanent to on the building, it is also called dead load. And dead load, such a load which does not change its magnitude. Magnitude means it does not change its quantity of load application. Load application means the weight acting on it, on the structure. Like a slab self load, if it is 60 kilonewton, it will remain 60 kilonewton, it will be unchanged, and its position will also be unchanged. If it is acting vertically downward, then it will remain same. So dead load is a load which does not change its magnitude and its position. Its beam, self weight, slab load. These are the examples. And the next one is a live load. Such load which change their point of application and magnitude, like snow load. This is kind of load which change its position of application, where it is applying, its vary, and its magnitude, its quantity is also vary. Like if sometimes it will be 10 kilonewton, 20 kilonewton, 30 kilonewton, it may be vary. So like snow load, sometimes snow load, if snow is in high quantity, is in more quantity, then load will be much more. And if its quantity is low, then load is also getting lower. So it depends upon the quantity of snow is acting. So it's live load, it changes application. Sometimes it may be act on the structure vertically downward, sometimes it may be applied load inclined. So its position is changing and its magnitude quantity is also changing. It's called live load. Wind load. Wind load is wind exerted load on the structure. Sometimes wind blow from north to east, west, from east to west. So it's also change its point of application. So it's called wind load. Wind load is also considered whenever we design a structure. Wind load actually is a kind of live load. Like snow load is a live load, wind load is a live load. Earthquake load is also a live load. It's changing its position and its magnitude due to shaking of earth and its short duration load. It is because of the shaking of earth. In the case of earthquake load, foundation of the building should be very strong. So whenever we designing the structure, we should consider the earthquake load in the total load. And thermal load, temperature variation. Due to variation of the temperature, the load changes. This is called thermal load, temperature variation. Imposed load, all external loads leaving the self weight acting on the member to the designed are called imposed load. It includes live load, dead load, wind load, earthquake load. all the loads which are acting on the building beside its own weight. Like if there is all the, if we are going to calculate the load on the slab, then we will consider live load acting on it, dead load acting on it, any permanent structure on it. So wind load will be considered, earthquake load will also be considered. But in that case, slab itself weight is not considered. Be careful. Imposed load is allowed, which include all the loads acting on the structure beside its self weight. And next one is service load. Service load is a load in the duration during the life of the structure. If life of the structure is 40 years, the whole load acting on expected during these years is called service load. The total load acting on the expected on the structure on which building can be withstand without any failure, called service load. And the last one, factor load. Factor load is actually total calculation of the total load. It includes total load. So like it includes the dead load. This is the factor of the safety which we apply to the dead load 1.2, so that our design will more safe. So we just apply this to increase the load quantity to design, so it will provide us safe part of the building. And next one, we plus 1.6 is safety we applied with the live load. In the live load, be careful and listen it be carefully. The live load, it includes service load, imposed load, thermal load, earthquake load, wind load, live load. These all loads are added in this live load and applied to the factor of 1.6. And the dead load is the load of the members in the buildings, which is transferred to the foundation. These are factored with 1.2, and that is the total load we obtained. This load is obtained by multiplying a factor to the dead load and live load, and then the total load is considered for design of the structure or building. So this was our today lecture. Hopefully you will got the point. It's very important to whenever we design the structure, we consider all these kind of loads. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel and stay tuned for more videos. Allah Hafiz.